And for me, I have to reconnect the work I'm doing on a daily basis to a higher purpose. It's my why. Just the fact that you're watching this tells me you're already enough, that you're here wanting to be better. And that's the process. Instead of moving to save taxes, ask yourself, how can I create more money to stay where I want to live? Principle number 5, measure what matters. Most people struggle getting a result in their life because they don't measure. I remember one time I was on a call with one of my friends and I could see in his face he had put on some weight, and I just asked him, when's the last time you got on a scale? Now I know that may not sound nice, but I loved him too much not to ask. And his response was, it's been a while. And that day, he will tell you that he went on a journey to transform his life. His name is Matt Burlack. He is one of my best buds and business partners. And if you saw the 60-pound heavier version of Matt on that Zoom call to who he is today, running ultra marathons and triathlons and hitting the gym, he will tell you he was on the back end of that question and changing the fact that he measures. Not every week, but every day. And not only his weight, but also his food and his workout routines. And I just learned a long time ago, what you focus on expands. If you want to get rich, measure more. If you want to lose weight, measure more. Every day you have a chance to improve your situation. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Principle number 6, focus. Follow one course until successful. Every day I ask entrepreneurs, what do you do? And the ones that are small say, I do a few things. I have several businesses. What they really want to say is I have one business that makes profit and 6 others that suck that profit dry. The thing that you will notice between people that are successful and wealthy versus ones that are still struggling is the wealthy person did one thing really well. He pushed that boulder up the mountain. He put all of his resources behind that one arrow to hit the target. Once he had product market fit, once he had a repeatable, scalable model, then he diversified. Too often people hear diversification is how you create wealth. No, wealth creation requires concentration, and diversification is diversification. The truth is, when you're starting, multiple streams of income will not make you rich. You gotta go all in on one opportunity. Be obsessed with mastery, deciding that one thing to do the 10,000 hours, or better said, dedicate 10 years, dedicate a decade, or what I call a dedicate. Principle number 7, play to win. I have conversations with people every day that are talking about ways to save on taxes or things they can do to save their expenses, or how they have this idea, they do this, this, and this, and they spend 10 hours to save $10. And I'm like, what are you doing? I have friends that have moved countries to save taxes. To me, that is trying to play not to lose and not trying to play to win. The big issue with that is that they don't realize they're telling themselves that they can't create more, and instead they're trying to save what they have. Instead of trying to fear and minimize the downside, do enough to protect yourself, do enough to buy insurance, but any time spent above and beyond that versus going and creating more is actually negative energy. If you focus on trying not to lose, guess what? You will lose. Just learn from the mistake and move on. Learn how to create more value. Focus on abundance. Be more valuable to other people, and you will see more resource come into your life. Principle number 8, you're already enough. A while ago, I was coaching this woman and I asked her what her 5-year goals were. And she told me to make $100 million. And I said, cool, easy, but why? And she goes, so then I could tell everybody, F you. I was like, to who? She's like, to every person that didn't believe in me. I said, interesting. What's your revenue at now? She's like, 7 million. I said, okay. You should Google what percent of women-founded companies get to 7 million in revenue. She's like, well, I don't know. It's like probably 5-6%. I'm like, nope, it's way less. It's like 0.01%. So in many ways, you have already been able to tell them F you. Why do you need $100 million to feel the way you want to feel at that level? And she got silent and she started to cry. Because what she realized in that moment was all of the goals that you set for yourself are just a criteria to give yourself permission to feel enough. And you actually have everything you need right now to feel that way. And I would argue being in that energy, truly believing that today would actually bring that future into your life even faster. Your dream life doesn't need anyone's signature of approval. The principle number 9, define your why. The reason I love to do the work I do is because I love helping people find their why. The challenge is that most people don't want to go look for it, because I learned a long time ago that every person's purpose, the reason for being alive, what they're meant to do, some people call it a divine assignment, sits right next to the worst thing that's ever happened to them. And it's because of that pain that they went through that actually shaped them uniquely to help another person overcome or avoid that in their life. And they might think, well, I'm here to do this art, or I'm here to create this, or I've got this business I'm building, and all those things can still be true. But until you understand your big why, capital Y, all caps, bolded, highlighted why, and use that to be your North Star as you build, you'll always feel like you're not on the right journey. You'll always feel like you're missing something. You'll always see other people that are following that and be a little jealous or be frustrated. Why do they have that pep in their step? Why do they show up that way? How do they have that level of excitement in their life? A why is like the fuel of your success.